What's up, people? It's your boy Lucas J, aka myself, and I will be telling my story how I went from this to this. Pretty sad.
What the fuck?
So I wanted to do a documentary or sort of a series on what is the comeback of the loss, I guess, essentially of a whole lot of muscle. So basically from training my whole life to getting that completely taken away from me through physical circumstances that I can't control. And yeah, I wanted to document all the sort of steps to recovery. So I'm literally gone from my whole life of training, from training every day, literally training to getting that everything taken away from me, what I've trained for, losing everything so when it comes to fitness, muscle, conditioning, everything. And yeah, this is going to be my journey of how basically I built that back up, or how I'm going to try building it back up. And yeah, so I'm just gonna, for the first video, for the people who don't know me, I'm gonna basically tell my story. Who am I, what did I do, what happened, all the good stuff.
My shawty coming for bodies, ayy. I don't got no type of problem, but I could solve them, tryna to complicate it. Bitch, I'ma dodge your face, it. All of you hold your basic. I know they ain't on me, better than ever, so how can you hate? I ain't with a lottie-dottie, my shawty coming for bodies.
I'm Lucas, what's up? I am currently 22 years old, and I'm a sports fanatic, I guess. For me, it's always been my whole life. I've wanted to become a professional soccer player. I guess everyone's dream, as to say, and yeah, so I've always worked towards that since I was a child. I never really partied much. Through all my teen years, basically, didn't party at all. I was always just training, football. And then yeah, so I was, most of my teenage years, or basically all of them, I was in New Zealand, where I sort of cut myself off from social life pretty early on, because I just wanted to train, and I really trained all the time. I was alone on the football field. I lived in a city, like a Thames little town, and there wasn't really a lot of people that, I guess, played football, so I was by myself quite a lot on the football field training. And then I started going to university, went to like an academy, Woofer, for those people who went there with me, Kaylin, Jordan, etc. Shout out boys, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, and so that was football in the morning, so I had to get up at 6 in the morning, be on the field at 7, train 2 hours for football, and then I'd get home, do some studying. I was at university as well, do some study, do some jobs. I had jobs on the side as well. Then I'd go to the gym, do my training in the gym, then I'd have the club training in the afternoon, and then I'd go to sleep. And yeah, if you mix it, I had 3 jobs. I was a coach, I was an entrepreneurship tutor, I had an entrepreneurship club at university. I had the academy club, I had the football club, I had the gym. So I was decked out. I had nothing, I had no time for nothing. So I was just literally training, university, jobs, and training. So I didn't really party much, and then yeah, it was going quite well, you know. It's obviously tough in the football, I guess, game to make it up. And regarding of whether I would have made it or not, I think it was, let me calculate back, 2018, end of 2016, I just all of a sudden randomly just got asthma, just out of nowhere, and basically got told, okay, you cannot pursue football anymore. And you imagine, from a guy that's literally put his whole life into that one goal, just getting told by a doctor you cannot do it anymore, literally just fucked me up for a few months. So I became depressed for a few months, completely shut off every social relationship that I had, didn't really want to talk to anyone, and yeah, sort of, I guess, isolated myself. Yeah, but it was, at this stage, it was still okay, because my lung volume, important thing I could say to that as well, for me, like one of my biggest sort of best traits in football was my fitness. So I was always the fittest guy. So my lungs were always in excellent, perfect condition. So going from that to literally sometimes not even being able to walk because you don't have any air left in your lungs, that is extremely tough. That is so challenging on your mind. But I was okay because I found sort of my way back into the fitness world through gymming because you don't need as much lung volume. So at that stage I had a whole transition, I guess, from what you can call it, from running fitness, which is football, to gymming. So I was always gymming on the side, for football, but yeah, so I switched from gymming for football, which is a whole different training, because I've been gymming for a long time, but it was like football, more explosive training, I guess, at the gym. So I switched from that into bodybuilding, sort of to mentally work my way out of what was the football dream, and yeah, I started building up muscle, etc. And then went to Mexico probably a year after, so there was around about a year ago from now. And the cool thing in Mexico, it was when I arrived, because my asthma is like asthmatic, asthmatic obviously, it's allergic. So when I got there I was fine, I was completely fine, like I didn't have any issues anymore, I was completely fine, just basically I didn't have asthma all of a sudden. And I started playing football again, I started training really, really hard again, I started partying super hard. So most of the people that know from Mexico, I just went wild because I was basically, in that 1 year in Mexico, I was trying to catch up what I'd not done all my life, which is the whole party, social side of things. So I just went from literally, athlete, I guess, to athlete and party animal. So that was really dope. And then, so half a year passes in Mexico. I am shredded as a motherfucker. I am extremely built, I'm super content, super happy. And then out of nowhere, this asthma hits me so hard. And then the second half a year in Mexico, I was just fucked as well. Like I was doing an internship with Volkswagen, and from 6 months, I was basically at home around about 3 months. So I was just constantly sick, couldn't breathe, couldn't do anything, had to stop training, and just started losing basically everything from that on. That was the start of this year. So I had built everything up. I was super happy with everything, and all of a sudden that just kept losing and losing and losing. And it was okay because in Mexico I made some really, really good friends, so they were super supportive, and they'd still, help me through it, and I'd hang out with them. But then when I moved away from Mexico, it just wasn't getting any better. An interesting thing actually I forgot to talk about is through all of my, I guess, fitness career, I've constantly had injuries. Like I've done my MCL twice, and my knees are always screwed. I've had many injuries, pulled muscles. And funny thing is so before Mexico, my last sort of football year, I injured my MCL, which I was out for a few months, and I actually redid that in Mexico while I was training. So my legs, as you already know, your boy had some chicken legs. Yeah, they were there. Oh, yeah. Anyway, I've constantly had issues with my shoulders as well. This year I got a shoulder tendonitis as well, so my shoulder training will be quite soft and weak. But yeah, so on top of all the lung shit, I have a lot of, I'm not sure, I'm just injury prone. I'm injury prone, people, I'll admit it. And I moved to Spain afterwards, and I didn't really have that social support anymore, so that just started tugging on the mental side of things. So now you're looking for a job, which is always shit. You lost all your hard work that you've put in, and you gotta think, I'm extremely skinny, so I'd build myself up. I've trained really, really hard to what I had achieved with my physique, I guess. And then when that all gets taken away, it's fucking hard. And then so looking for a job. I had no friends, I guess, in Madrid. Just got there, and then my relationship with my grandma's funny, so the family support was sort of there. My sister was there, I guess. But yeah, so that started playing all up, and then I found a job in Portugal, moved to Portugal, and literally it was getting worse day to day for 2 months. It got to the point where I literally couldn't walk anymore. It was hard for me to talk, and then I got put in the hospital. I was in the hospital for 2 weeks, basically attached to the wall with like one of those breathing things, and yeah, they found out I have pneumonia, which is a condition that I could have caught in Mexico. They couldn't really find out where I caught it. So it's pneumonia, for those people who don't know, it's like a lung condition. If, for example, if your body has an allergic reaction, your body starts producing white blood cells, and it was filling up my lungs with blood cells. I was coughing up blood, and if you mix that lung problem with chronic bronchitis, which I have, and asthma, I was fucked. No way I could do anything right. So what's happening now? I am on an extreme amount of medicine. I am going to be taking a whole lot of shit for half a year, which is, you know, stuff for the allergy, stuff for the asthma, stuff for my stomach, more medicine for my lungs, and one of the medicines that I'm taking is prednisone, which is a steroid, which it's a corticosteroid, so it actually does not help you with building muscle, which is shit, you know. At least if you finna give me steroids, give me the good stuff. But no, it's really bad. Yeah, my skin's actually reacting extremely bad to it. But yeah, see how that plays out. And yeah, so that's basically the story. So I went from, I guess, super active individual, I like to do stuff all the time, I don't like to be steady, to yeah, building up my physique to a point where I was extremely happy with it, to losing 10 kilos of muscle. And if you only weigh like I'm a short dude, I only weigh, at the moment I weigh like 64 kilos. And at the start of the year I was 75, so I've lost 10 kilos of muscle within a year, which you can imagine how much that is, especially like, look at this, I'm skinny as fuck now. But yeah, so that is the story. I will be sort of in this channel posting sort of my progress. My next video that I want to post will be like a video on how I'm planning sort of to build it back up. I still have, like, I have an extreme amount of knowledge over the years that I've built up. So yeah, I guess this is me sharing my experience. I will be talking sort of like the mental struggles that I go to. I'll be getting more into that, and yeah, feel free to join me on this journey. I thought it'd be interesting for some people that have maybe gone through the same or are going through the same. Also, an important part of information is I'm not sure how well this whole comeback will work because of the fact that I am on a lot of medicine, so I'm not sure how it's going to affect my body. And then yeah, so I'm taking all that medicine for half a year, and afterwards I have to stop, and so I might start getting health problems again, get sick again. So yeah, this might be great, or this might all go to the shitter, you know, down the flusher. But yeah, so if it doesn't work at the end, I'll be sure to post another video of my rather average physique. So, now that I've told my story, what is the future of this channel, as to say the series? I'm going to be posting basically the comeback plan, as I said, how I'm planning to build it back up, and I'm just doing this. For some people it might be interesting. For me, it's certainly really interesting just to have it documented, as in like a journey. And what a great platform YouTube is to give me the opportunity to post that. But yeah, I'm gonna do like weekly physical updates. So I wanna just every week upload sort of like, I give within the video that I'm uploading that week on the exact physical changes, so you can track that with me, which is mentally actually really hard for me because it's gonna be, I have a shit body right now, so you already know I have a shit body. Yeah, so you'll be seeing my shit body for the first few months, I guess. until I turn it into a god again. I'll be posting, so the next video that I'm posting will be sort of how the training program I guess I've put up, or I'm going to put up to continue this. You might see a cheeky, food video every now and then because I'm an amazing cook, yeah. But yeah, so it'll be fun, it'll be fun. Come along on this journey. It's been your boy Lucas J, aka myself. And if you want to follow the journey on how I'm planning to building this whole thing back up and look like a god again, feel free to follow the story, and I'll catch you in the next video. Yeah. What's up, people? It's your boy Lucas J, aka myself. And how do you go from this shit to this?
What the fuck?
That mystery will be resolved in this video, so stay tuned. Yeah. What the fuck? Peace.